Okay, so the very first thing you need to decide to do is decide on what size terrarium. The reason why this is so important is that determines what size kit you will need and how many plants you're going to need to decide on. So, for example, these two here are our large terrariums. They're very different. One's a tall cylindrical, another one's a slanting circle. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's beautiful, especially if you're going to use plants that you want to sort of topple over at the front, okay, like a waterfall. Then you've got something like this. This is a medium-sized terrarium. Now these two down here, you can actually purchase from us. They do change in size and style from time to time, just depending what the suppliers have got. But this one here is something I've upcycled because I've promoted that you don't have to buy a terrarium from us. You can absolutely use something you've already got at home. So it could be an old terrarium that you just want to refurbish and give it a nice look, or it might be something that you've been given in the past. So for example, this was a beautiful gift. It had an orchid in it. Now orchids are one of my favourite flowers, but unfortunately they are my arch nemesis. And so I think of them as, well, longer than a bunch of fresh flowers, but certainly not something I keep forever. One day I will work the old orchid out, but in the meantime, I can recycle the vase that it comes in. So these are a fabulous one. You see them at, I don't know, Woolies, Coles, florists, all over the place. So certainly you can upcycle. If you've got a fish tank, you can upcycle. You can even go for the old Makona coffee jars. They're fabulous to recycle. They're a bit smaller than this, obviously, and that's where you go into the small kit size. So this is for something that's just one single plant, a great one for the kids to start with, so they learn the principles of building a terrarium, but really you're going to get very bored very quickly if you're an adult, because you can only fit one plant in there. And it's only going to be a small one. So personally, I would go for either a medium size, or if you want to have lots of fun, go for the larger size, because then you can fit up to 5 plants in here. Don't worry, I've had people fit 5 plants in here, but it's a little bit squashed. Okay for succulents, but honestly, you're much better off keeping fewer plants. They look much better, they live a lot longer, and they're much easier to maintain. Okay, so that's step 1. You've chosen your vessel.